Aston Villa were one of the most active clubs in the winter transfer window, winning the race for Marcus Rashford and adding plenty of extra quality to their squad. Unai Emery may well have a headache over how to fit his best players together once they're all available, especially now he has Rashford, Marco Asensio, Daniel Malin, Axel Disasi and Andres Garcia to add to the mix. But how many of the new arrivals would start in the strongest hypothetical Aston Villa lineup? After some helpful insight from avid Villa supporter Daniel Jones, here's how we think Villa could line up in a best-case scenario. GK, Emiliano Martinez. Still the first name on the team sheet, there's no doubting who Villa's number one is. Martinez won FIFA's award for being the best men's goalkeeper in 2024, his second accolade of the kind, and, with a contract lasting until 2029, Villa are in safe hands. RB, Matty Cash. At right back, we arrive at the first selection dilemma brought about by Villa's January business. Garcia joined from Levante and has already earned his Premier League debut, but we still expect Cash to be the regular starter. After all, Garcia is more of a long-term prospect, with the 23-year-old only playing in the Spanish second tier before this move. But Cash is expected to be injured for most of February, so there's time for Garcia to make an early impression. CB, Ezri Konsa. There's also a debate to be had at centre-back after the deadline-beating capture of Axel Disasi, who overlooked interest from Tottenham to make the move from Chelsea on loan. He'll no doubt be an extra asset for Emery, but he'll have to earn his place first. Currently, Villa have been relying on Konsa and he will take some shifting from the starting lineup. Konsa is under contract until 2028, compared to Disasi just being there for another 6 months, with no option to buy, so it makes sense for Villa to keep building around the 27-year-old. CB, Pau Torres. Of course, there could be a chance of Disasi partnering Konsa at centre-back, especially in the shorter term, but once Torres recovers from his metatarsal fracture, it would give Villa the best balance to have a left-footed centre-half. Torres is certainly the best fit for that role, having established himself as a key player since joining from Villarreal in 2023. LB, Lucas Digne. Villa planned for the future at left-back by buying Ian Motson in the summer, but the experience of Digne has been favored so far, with the Frenchman on course to complete the season with the larger portion of starts. Digne is now into the final 18 months of his contract, but whatever decision follows, he's well worth making use of while they have him. CM, Boubacar Kamara. In central midfield, Villa enjoyed an early season boost from summer signing Amadou Onana, further adding to the quality they can call upon in the department. But, hard as he is to leave out, Onana has been rotated more recently. In contrast, someone coming into the team and cementing his place recently has been Kamara. After recovering from the injury that delayed his start to the season, the 25-year-old is earning Emery's trust as a go-to defensive midfielder. CM, Youri Tielemans. In the other midfield pivot role, it has to be Tielemans. At the time of writing, the 27-year-old has started more games than any other Villa player this season, even Martinez. He has done so either as a holding midfielder or an attacking midfielder, but with the plethora of options Villa have added in the final third, the Belgian should be expected to more regularly find himself at home in the holding role. RW, Marco Asensio. Here's where it gets interesting. Villa have added not just one, but two high-class options for the right-wing role, in the shape of Asensio and Malin. Who'll win the battle? Either could state their case, but Asensio has the higher pedigree, having been a Champions League winner with Real Madrid before. On the other hand, Malin is the player Villa have invested in permanently, whereas there is no buying option agreed with PSG for Asensio. But a player like Asensio would have been beyond Villa's wildest dreams a few years ago, so they should make the most of him while he's there. AM, Morgan Rogers. Rogers has been a revelation this season, becoming one of Emery's most regular starters and their biggest goal threat, who's not an out-and-out striker. He has already hit the 10-goal barrier, and the more regular game time he gets, the more it will benefit his long-term development. The 22-year-old will be playing around some experienced and top-class forward-thinking players, which can only help his attacking intuition even further. LW, Marcus Rashford. Villa are the first club ever other than Manchester United to have Rashford at their disposal, so it will be fascinating to see how he gets on during his half-season loan spell. Rashford can operate as a striker or left winger, but prefers the latter. And with the centre-forward spot already taken at Villa, Rashford should get his wish of playing where he'd rather. The versatile Jacob Ramsey could rotate with him, but Rashford has a clear pathway to regular game time, which was no doubt a significant factor in him narrowing down his final choice of move. Cf. Ollie Watkins. As stated, there's already a player with a stranglehold on the starting striker role for Villa, and that is Watkins. Villa held firm to prevent him moving to Arsenal in January, and they will be looking forward to what he can continue to do for them. John Duran's departure means Rashford is now Watkins' main competition, but just like in this provisional lineup, and once Watkins recovers from his recent injury, it's more likely they'll be linking up on the pitch rather than one replacing the other.